Hello everybody, my name is Ivanithos and welcome back to In a Nutshell, and now I'm sorry, because once again I'm going to increase the stereotype of every YouTuber does something with Chroma. I'm not a super fan of Chroma, but I mean I don't play him as often as maybe I should, I suppose. A lot of people tell me I should play him more often. They're like, you don't understand, Chroma is the best, and I'm like, Chroma's good. I'm not going to lie that Chroma's going to be like the worst thing I've ever seen, but Chroma's not exactly the best I've ever seen either. So, getting into Chroma here, and of course I'm going to be running him with the Vectis Prime, because that's usually what people run with him, is some sort of sniper rifle, but that's mostly for the Eidolon hunts, so let's actually switch him up and go to the Tsar. The Tsar is a deadly weapon, right? Assault with a deadly weapon. Anyways, ooh, that looks horrifying. Oh, it looks even worse. Anyways. So the Tsar, I'm going to quickly make sure that it is not using a configuration, so you guys don't have to worry about the damage output we're doing here. So Chroma is a weird one. So we're going to pause the enemy AI, start them at level 30, and we're going to jump straight into this. Now, Chroma is a pretty tanky boy. He has 4 unique abilities in of his own right. He's actually fairly synergistic. So his first ability is Spectral Scream. So Chroma's passive is his chosen energy color dictates the type of elemental damage is dealt by his abilities. So, for example, Spectral Scream is a breath of elemental destruction, and its elemental power is based on its color. And so you think, oh cool, I have all these elements to choose from. No, you have 4. You have electrical, ice, poison, and fire. Those are your 3. Most people tend to go with cold, ice basically, because it's the most defensible. Some people like electrical, most people don't. Most people just go with fire if you're going against the infested, cold if you're going against pretty much anything else. But then again, I'm kind of a little bit of a skeptic with Chroma. So Chroma's status chance is 60%, so you have a 60% chance when you're breathing to apply status effects, which is why it'd be super awesome if you could make it corrosive damage. But you can't. Otherwise, the range is 10 meters, it's 200 damage per second, it's 3 energy per second. So I will show you what that looks like. So I'm using, I believe, ice. Yep. Stand up next to him, I'm actually freezing and chilling enemies behind him. As you can see, it takes a little bit of time. And the cone is kind of a shy cone, so yes, you can breathe as a dragon, but you can't shoot. You can't use other, and you can use other abilities like Elemental Ward or even your Effigy, I believe, while you're breathing your fire. But it really doesn't do you any good. So, oh god, it's so strong. I forgot about that. There it goes. Bye. Okay. So the Tsar is a pretty powerful weapon, by the way, and we'll get to that guy in a minute here. So Chroma, first ability, kind of lackluster. The second ability and the third ability are also going to make you pretty darn sad. Oh, well, I forgot to create enemies. Whoopsie. So his second ability, as we go about to see, because it might as well look at him now. Elemental Ward, it creates an offensive area of effect. So Chroma and nearby allies are imbued with defensive energy, so it grants armor and gets a damage multiplier, as well as creates a random chance that things will happen around you. So if you have fire element, it's a 20% chance that enemies will just suddenly spontaneously burn when they get within your radius. Same thing if you're ice, they'll freeze and slow. Electrical, they become shocked, and poison, they start to tick down life. So kind of up in the air which one you choose to do. Again, most people run ice, it's the most defensible. So this one's kind of hard to showcase without having active AI. So we're going to do this. We're going to activate my second ability. And we're going to kind of walk around these peeps. Not really doing anything, as you can see. Oh god, I'm going to die. Yep, I'm going to die. Because I am a terrible Chroma. Kill all enemies. There we go. So, as you can see, just using the second ability really doesn't do you all that much. Even having an additional 100 armor really doesn't save you all that often. Especially since the status chance is so low, you really can't do much. Now, Vex Armor. Vex Armor is a bit of a different story. So, a duration of 15 seconds, 20 at max, I believe. Its radius is 10 meters, 15 meters, which is pretty good. But it gives you a huge armor increase when you take damage to your shields, and it gives you weapon damage increase when your health takes damage, which I will showcase in a second here. A cool thing is also you can refresh that buff without having to have it elapse. So I can stand here, and my scorn starts going up. They start going into my health. I make sure to keep it alive and active. And now I do crazy tons amounts of damage. This is kind of what people talk about when they talk about chromas being kind of ridiculous. Because most chromas will just keep this buff active, run Hunter Adrenaline or some other damage or armor buff for health, and they'll just kind of one-shot people. Oh boy. So, Chroma is one of those warframes that likes punishment, and you can take that however you want. Now, his final ability is a little bit more laid back. It's kind of defensive and strategic in its own way. Basically, it's this. As you can see, they're all gone now. His fourth ability, if you might have read it while I was looking at it, is called Effigy. He throws off of his pelt, which creates a sentry that strengthens nearby allies and engulfs enemies in elemental damage. Now, when it first jumps off, of course, it explodes and knocks enemies away from you. Kind of a funny story about that. So the Effigy actually has its own health, and kind of a weird thing, it actually gives you extra credits, which sounds absolutely bizarre. But if you think about the fact that Chroma is considered the hunter frame, the ultimate hunter frame, it kind of makes more sense. So there's a credit multiplier and extra credit chance. So people will often run Chroma to do credit farms, because it makes sense, for he gives you lots of money. On top of that, you also get a speed increase, and then I believe enemies get an armor reduction when they're also nearby him too. And of course it costs energy per second. It's a channeled ability. Now, one of his augments allows you to move the effigy, otherwise it stays in one place. So quickly, we're going to look at a couple build options for Chroma, based on my own, of course, preferences. Of course, with a V polarity, I would probably run something like Rifle Amp, just for the damage. Or run Rejuvenation for fun, because, you know, having that extra little bit of health regeneration would be really nice and handy. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to run that, because that's kind of what most people are going to pick up. A couple different ones. They'll probably have Rifle Amp, and they might have Rejuvenation. So since we're going to be kind of doing an economy build for players, we'll kind of do that. Now, I have modded him once. I believe he comes with that with a dash and a V polarity. So we'll look at Vs. And obviously V is intensify and continuity, so our standard 2 we'll throw on there. Ta-da! If you have Rage or Hunter Adrenaline, adding those to him is probably your best bet. And probably doing both of them if you can, because yes, these do stack on top of each other, by the way. And then on top of that, you want some type of massive boost. So most people will run Steel Fiber, because then his health is only 260, but his armor is twice his health value, which gives him like 3 times a health bar. And then, of course, a dash polarity, which most people run with. So Equilibrium's a good one to do, because then you kind of get an even fare between when you pick up energy orbs, you get health, and if you get health orbs, you get energy, which is kind of a good deal in the matter, especially if your rejuvenation can't keep you alive. Now, if you don't have Equilibrium, but maybe you have something, again, down the road here, like Natural Talent, Streamline, Stretch, Augur Message, I recommend Augur Message. Because the more duration you have, the longer you keep your buff on, which is great. Flow and other defensive ones. I do know a fair few Chromas who run for power strength, very little efficiency, because they don't need efficiency. Now, this is kind of a rudimentary, simple build for someone who doesn't have a lot of mods, but wants him to play semi-effectively. And then we'll keep our Tsar unmodded. And of course, we're going to run in here. We're going to activate our Vex armor, get our energy up, and our elemental ward. And we're going to let ourselves take some damage. Now, if you notice, again, I have an incredible amount of defense. Yes, I can die. It is fully possible. But it is also possible that I will just keep on going until everything else is dead instead of me. And one of the reasons why people run Ice Chroma is because of that fact, that he has so much defensibility. And again, people's main goal is just to keep their Vex armor up. They want that duration, they want that power strength. So, on one side of things, you can go pure power strength duration, which I'm about to show you. So, pure power strength duration, you'd run, of course, well, you don't know how you want to do it. You can go blind rage. You can do transient fortitude. Make sure that you keep yourself up with a good polarity. So steel char. No, we're gonna do rifle amp with this one. Boop. A polarity with prime flow for that extra added energy, which will be useful in some respect. Actually, no, we won't do that. We will instead do something for duration. So we'll do Constitution, so Constitution's a little cheaper. Go over to V's, pick up our Prime Continuity. Go back over to our Dash. And go ahead and grab our Augur Message. Put on Augur Secrets. And if we can, I will do 100 Adrenaline. Well, we can't, so we'll do Rage. So now we've got 182% duration and 264% strength. Now if I take off Augur Secrets, I could replace Rage with Hunter Adrenaline. And of course, this is not how you build a good Chroma. Most people who probably play in main Chroma are probably rolling in their graves going, what are you doing? That is not how you build a Chroma. But it is one way you can build a Chroma, nevertheless. Now if I build Chroma this way, a couple things happen. First of all, I get more damage per second, less energy per second costs, which is kind of weird because, my efficiency is so low, but my duration being up actually helps with that. So, my elemental ward lasts for like 30 seconds. The health amount that it gives to me is 264. The damage per second that I output is 198. Status chance is still fairly low, but you really can't fix that, I don't think. Unless I don't think you can fix that. I'm not sure, because without mods, with the mods and without mod, that pretty much stays static. So, I also get higher duration on my Vex armor, and look at that armor and damage increase. This is why people build him for strength, because Vex armor gets even frickin' stronger. And the armor amount you save also gets much, much higher. The effigy gets much bigger health, a lot more damage, and more energy, of course, per second if you reduce your stuff. But as you notice, you can't increase your speed, the armor reduction, the extra credit chance, or the credit multiplier. As far as I know, those are unmodifiable. So now that I'm modded to, I don't know, what I would consider to be my strongest levels, we'll activate Vex armor and go in. Look at that. They're literally tickling my shields. Ooh. I'm not... and self-damage weapons can sometimes be very helpful things, too. So as you can see... Ooh. I messed up and let my thing elapse. I think I got them all. Well, let's try that again. This time, not letting my armor elapse would be a good idea, right? Everybody, right? Probably not a great idea. So we'll heal, do that, keep that up, keep that on, and go in there. So we're going to keep getting some energy regeneration. Let them hit me a few times here. Get some energy back up. Apparently I don't have enough energy. Someone hit me! There we go. Look at that. Now, again, this is an unmodded weapon. And I just hit someone for a lot of damage. I mean, it's a shotgun, but they just died. So, imagine using a sniper rifle like the Opticore, the Rubico, the Vectis, that already have really high damage outputs. That is why it is such a useful frame to run against the Eidolons. Now, of course, there's other ways of playing him as well. As I mentioned before, you could instead go for a more supportive playstyle. I don't know what just happened there. And you could, of course, go for more range. And you could go for, which would increase your Spectral Scream, and I think it would increase... Yeah, Spectral Scream and Vex Armor Radius. So, if you're going to go for something that's more of a radius build thing, and you're not really super concerned with anything else, you can instead build him in an entirely different fashion. In this case, you'd be building him once again still with something like Steel Charge, or Physique, or Rejuvenation, or something like that. You'd, of course, be grabbing yourself for range items and duration. So with that, you grab the Hunter, Adrenaline, then those two, grab yourself some Cunning Drift for more range. Want to throw on some Overextended for reduced power strength, but that's okay for right now. And you're going for pure range, not going to super focus on duration. Grabbing yourself Constitution, grabbing yourself some Augur Reach, maybe throwing on some Augur Message for some additional duration, and of course, then some at least one defensive buff. No, that's too much. So if you don't have a defensive things that are weak enough, you can always, of course, go for something different, like I guess I could just go for myself for some Intensify. Can't even do Intensify? Wow, I am in a sad place today. Alright, fine. I will go ahead and do Augur Secrets. So, what does that do? I will not have damage at all. In fact, that will probably be the last thing I will have. And my increases will not be very strong either. However, there is a small benefit. Those benefits are, of course, Elemental Ward and Vex Armor will have a much greater range, as will Spectral Scream. And Effigy, if you notice, is down to 4.83 energy per second. So, the question being, is building for this very viable? No. Building kind of balanced? Yes, viable. And defensive? Very viable. But building just for one particular thing, unless it's pure power strength and duration, not as viable as you think. Now, being that as it may, we are going to go out of this quickly, and we're going to show you all the possible augments that currently Chroma has. And once we're done with that, I will point out the different relays and how you acquire Chroma himself. So if I remember correctly, it's Arbiters of Hexus?
Will these help you?
No. Steel Meridian would be my next option.
Alright, what can we help you with?
Really? Is it actually in Cephalon's suit? I mean, I guess that would make more sense if it was that. Yep, it is. Okay. So, you have Afterburn. Afterburn gives you your Spectral Scream. Upon a deactivation, you launch a projectile, dealing 100 damage for each second as action effect 500 damage. So you basically shoot a fireball, ice ball, lightning bolts, or poison glob in a range in front of you. Bleh. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But it's really not that great. It's useful for people who are starting to play Chroma and want to play Breathing Fire Dragons. Everlasting Wards, which enemy allies that leave the radius will retain the effect for 100% of the marine duration. So basically, you can buff all your allies really quickly with your ward, and then run away. Vexing Retaliation is kind of a cool one, because upon taking damage, you will trigger a 9-meter burst. Shield damage will cause puncture, while health will cost blast damage. So basically, it gives you a more defensive augment to your frame. And of course, the last one is Guided Effigy, which is cast and hold to make Effigy move to your aim point, deals 2,000 damage per second to enemies in its path, and roars on arrival, stunning and knocking away nearby enemies. It doesn't specify that it knocks them away, but it does. I've seen them do it, and it's hilarious to watch enemies go flying. So with that, last little bit here is the acquisition of Chroma. Now, Chroma Prime has come out, and Chroma Prime can be acquired through Void Relics. The Void Relics for Chroma Prime are are as follows. Neo K2, it's a common. Lith C3, which is a rare. Meso T3, which is uncommon. Axi C3, which is rare. And the main blueprint, which is the Neo K2 again. So they basically just repeats for a little bit. Anyways. Now, those are the basic relics for Chroma Prime. Now, to actually get Chroma, you have to complete a quest called the New Strange. And I believe the New Strange, you get it from doing one of your early missions. Or maybe not. I want to say it was one of your earlier ones. So something like... This is the Arkwing mission to Mars. But I believe you get the New Strange from here too. Am I right or am I wrong? Fragor. Codex scanner. No. Okay, so Ceres. I was pretty sure the New Strange was a fairly close timed one. So, okay, let me try something a little bit different. So, the New Strange is a mission you normally get through Cephalon Suda. Not Cephalon, sorry, Cephalon Samaris. You get it by... let's see here. You get it by going to a certain planet. Oh, God, I want to say it's even Phobos, maybe. No, that's Stolen Dreams. So it's right after Phobos. Okay, if it was right after Phobos, then it would be heading off towards Ceres. Would it be Jupiter's Junction? That gives you Amphis. Enhanced durability Arkwing. Woohoo. Rubdoline Barrel. Cutting Edge. So this must be give you all your Arkwing stuff. No. All I want to do. To Jupiter. So it has to be within Jupiter to Saturn then? Or it would be Saturn to Uranus. That's all I can think of. Oh, it's probably Saturn to Uranus. It's probably on the Uranus junction. So that gives you Chroma Prime Neuropics. So it has to be before that. So it has to be the Jupiter-Saturn relay. So that's the Saturn junction. But that doesn't say so. Is it? So that gives you Limbo Theorem. Ah, there it is. So the Europa Junction, if you go to the Europa Junction, then you can get the New Strange. Finishing the New Strange quest, which can be a little tricky. Then you can start collecting, well, you can start collecting the Chroma Prize before that. But then you can get the Cursed Chroma Part, again, no. On your way to Saturn and the Uranus Junction. From the Uranus Junction, I believe, to the Neptune Junction. You get the Second Dream, which is an important one to get to. But on top of that, you also got to complete the quest Nata. So this is where you get Chassis. So you get Helmet, Chassis, and then Pluto is your last one, which gives you, of course, the systems. Once you build all of them, you can put them together with the blueprint, and you have Chroma. Chroma used to be a little bit trickier. He is not so tricky anymore. He is still a very powerful Warframe. Again, a lot of people love him. He burns through most enemies up to level 30. And as you can see, you start running into some issues around level 30, in most places. Down the road. He's probably not the best star map clearing Warframe unless you can play him like he's supposed to be, which is absorbing a ton of damage and then dealing it all back out at people. So that's not my playstyle. Well, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed watching this very brief, again, in a nutshell look at Chroma. I, again, will specify I'm not a Chroma main. I don't play Chroma that much. He's not my favorite frame, except for to run around breathing fire on people occasionally, which is why I have one Forma in him. It's kind of fun that way. So, if you like this video, leave a comment in the description, give me a like or subscribe. If you didn't like it, feel free to take your hatred somewhere else, but do leave me constructive criticism in the comment section. Constructive criticism, of course, is not is limited to things like, by the way, a good Chroma build is this, this, and this, or maybe you should play Chroma using this kind of play style, or try doing this with him, or his better weapons are this. Non-constructive criticism, of course, is using lots of explanative curse words, calling me weak sauce, and things like that. Not really helpful, not really that beneficial. So if you've enjoyed watching this, which I hope you have, like, comment, or subscribe. And until next time, everybody, I will hope to see you all in my next live stream or watching my next video. So until then, everybody, have a great rest of your week, and goodbye.